Yeah, hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce real-time scenarios. In the previous video, we discussed about to the use case of the um, use case, how we are going to calculate the discount amount based on the industry opportunity stage and applied discount checkbox. Let's see the in this video how we are going to implement this use case. So before going to implement, so let's see the go to the opportunity object. So as for the requirement, we created the three fields on this. So come to the here, click on new. These three are the custom fields. So they have the apply checkbox. This is the checkbox data type. Discount is the percentage. After discount amount, we have the calculated. So these three fields are we are created here. So once they can click onto this, we need to calculate it by the discount amount. Okay, discount amount we have to calculate it to. This is the use case. And come to the next one more thing is the here. So they have the different conditions, right? Banking, technology, hospitality, they have the 20, 25, 30% discount. So this is the handling purpose we have taken by the one custom metadata. Why? Because means in future they want to add it by the more pick list values or they can change the uh, percentages also. That's why they have to change it by the here. So we are not hard coded into the code. So here metadata. So this is already we created. So in this we have created by the discount field, one discount field. Okay. So come to the here. We have the records already created in this. See here banking and we have to the hospitality and technology. Okay, these three fields is created. In this each one we have the given by the discount value as well. As for the requirement, we have given by the discount value as well. Okay, so this is the before we are going to start the coding. We have the setup to the application. So let's come to the how we are going to start to the how to develop to the this one. So as for the triggers, first point when we are developing to the triggers, first point is the very important where we need to write the trigger. So any triggers, any use case you have to write on the triggers. First of all, you have to identify the first requirement. What are the objects are involved? Okay, second thing is the any relation between to the objects. So third point is the very important where we need to write the trigger in which object. So which object we need to write to the trigger. And fourth point is the which events we need to use it. So these are the very key point. What are the objects are involved? Any relationship between to the objects and on which object need to write the trigger, on which object we need to write the trigger, and on which events we need to use it. So these are the requirement. So as for our requirement, we have involved by the account and opportunity. So relationship is there. Yes, we have the parent-child relationship there. Already this is the standard relationship. So now we have to write the trigger on the account object or opportunity object. So that is the we have to decide. So when the opportunity creating, that is right, while opportunity creating time, they have to selected by the checkbox, right? So then based on that selection, we have to identify to the account industry opportunity stage is the conditions is the satisfied or not. So that's why here we have to the write onto the trigger on opportunity object. Which events we have to use it? Before events or after events? So in this use case, we have to use it by the before events only. Why? Because means while checking the checkbox here, when they are checking to the checkbox here, we have to map it by the discount. Na? So discount, we have to map it by the discount. So same object field mapping. On the same object, we are doing the field mapping must and should go to the before events only. Why should not after? Means after creation of the record, we can't able to map the field data. It throws an error, read only error, record to read only error, it will be the throwing. So that is the one of the very important. So either before insert or before update, we have to use it by the events. Before insert or before update. In this use case, we have to must and should use it by the before insert or before update only. Do not use by the after events. Why? Because means already I explained. Na? So we are mapping to the discount field mapping on the same object. Opportunity object, we are writing the trigger. So must and should we have to write the before events only. So this is the we have to before start the writing the trigger, we have to considering what are the objects are involved, any relationship between the objects. So why? Because it's based on that we have to get it by the data. That's why here in relationship we have to identify and on which object need to write the trigger. That is the very important thing. So triggers also we have to write it by the triggering point. When it is happen, what is the automated business process we need to implement? Na? So that is the very important thing. On triggering point is the we have to write by the trigger and which events need to use before insert or before update or before delete after insert. So depends upon the requirement we have to choose these things. Okay. So now let's come to the write a trigger. So we have to write a trigger on the opportunity object. So but as for the best practice, we have to write a trigger for the Apex handler, right? As for the best practices. So that's why here I'm creating the Apex class. This Apex class we can call into the triggers. Okay. So Apex triggers. So here account with opportunity discount calculation handler. So when we are given to the handler, easy to understand, right? It is the trigger handler. As for the best practices, this is the here. Okay. So this is the too long. So we have to give it by the another name. So account opportunity trigger. Sorry, account opportunity calculation handler. Okay. So now let's take to the one method public static void. So as for understanding purpose, I am taking the before insert method. This is the before insert method. So we are calling to this method into the trigger. So trigger will be the send it to the list of the records. So list of which records it is sending opportunity. So OPP list save. So this is the we have created by the one opportunity. Sorry, before insert method. This is the return to the opportunity list of the records. Now let's go to the triggers. Apex triggers. So here account. So here account. In the account, we have to take it by the same name. We have to take it to the same name of the. This is the okay account OPP discount calculation. Object name is the opportunity. Let's go to the opportunity. Yeah, submit. So now this is by default before insert. So we have to take it by the context variables. We don't to conflict to the any data purpose. So trigger dot is before and trigger dot is insert. So this is the our class name, right? Our class name dot our method name. Don't write the anytime logic into the trigger. Triggers must be the always the skeleton type. Just you have to call the our handler classes only, Apex classes. Don't write the anytime business logic into the triggers. Okay, as for the best practices. So now this is the trigger dot new. It is written to the list of the records. This is written to the list of the records. Just we are calling to the our class name dot method name. We are giving the static keyword, right? That's why directly we can call it to the class name dot method name trigger dot new. It is written to the list of the records. Already we are aware of this. Okay. So now come to the here. Now we can write by the our business logic. First, we have to identify the conditions as per the requirement. Opportunity stage is the negotiation or review or not. Checkbox is the checked or not. And account is the associated to the, sorry, opportunity is associated to the account or not. So these are all we have to check it. So that's why here for loop. So in this for loop, we have to the opportunity OPP OPP list. Okay, so we have to check it the condition. First account is the associated or not. So OPP dot account ID not equals to null. Okay, and opportunity. So we have to the apply discount. This is the checkbox we are creating. This one is the selected or not. This is the, if it is selected only, we have to come to the next condition. Okay, so if it is the account is the associated as per the requirement, see opportunity um, associated to the account and the checkbox is the selected. These two we have the verified, and here these two we have the verified, and next is the if OPP stage name equals to negotiation or review, we have to identify. This is the pick list value. Okay, this is the pick list value. So we have to identify to the is it the selected or not to the negotiation or review. If it is selected, we have to do the capture by the account information. Why? Because means in the account object they have to the selected to the industry is the banking or hospitality or technology. That is the we have to identify, right? We have to take it by the parent record. So that's why here we have to take it by the one set keyword. So here ACC IDs, sorry, IDs. This is the reference variable ID. Account ID set we are holding. That's why I'm taking the ACC IDs. So ACC IDs dot add of. Why I'm going to taking this set means, so it is avoiding to the duplicate account IDs. Each, for example, we have the three opportunities coming. Three opportunities, two opportunities have the same parent, right? So we are avoiding to the, that duplication. That's why. So here OPP dot account ID. Why I'm taking the separate here in not for the instead, I will let you that is. So save. So now we have the account IDs. Okay. Now we are in our hand is the account IDs. As for the best practice, we don't write to the within the for loop of the queries. That's why we are taking the account IDs. So it's the one hand. Separately, we have to take it. Why? Because within the for loop, if you write the, we have to throw in the governor limits, right? So this is the we are writing the bulkify trigger. So now let's come to the here after we are getting the account IDs. So we are checking to the account IDs is the empty or not. If it is not empty only, we have to proceed to the next step. So ACC IDs is empty. Not empty, then only we have to do the process. So for account details fetching purpose, I am taking the separate method, reusability purpose also. So let's take to the here. We have to take it by the another method, public static get account records. So this is the parameterized method. We have to give it by the set of the IDs. So we are passing to this set of the account IDs. So yes, ACC IDs. Now we are calling to this method to the here. So this is the we have to give it to the ACC IDs. So this is the we are taking to the separate method for loop public static get. Why it is throwing an error? Let's see. Public static. Sorry. Okay, we missed to the void method syntax, right? If you are returning anything, we can give it by the latter. Otherwise, we can ignore that is. So now let's first we have to check it to the account records. So how we are going to get it to the account records? And we have to check it by the this account records is the in the custom metadata also available or not, right? So how to write the custom metadata? How to get it by the custom metadata? So why? Because means based on these two condition, account IDs and in the custom metadata also we have to available to that account, right? Those accounts only we need to get it. Other rest of the accounts no need to write unnecessarily. We are getting to the data. So that's purpose we have to write the first initially to the custom metadata records. Okay. So come to the custom metadata API name. So this is the our custom metadata API name. So come to the developer console. So I'm declaring to the one method in the top level. Why I am taking the this top level? Let you that is the static map. So here we have to capture by the account information that is so we have to take it by the static or no need. First we have to get it by the records. So let's come to the first to get it by the records list. So we have to the AID list account industry discount. This is to the here we have to write the query select ID comma developer name. This is the field name. Okay. Name we have to get it and we have to the one more field is the discount. This is the API name. From which object this is written to the we have the three records in this object. It is written to the those three records. Now we have to get it to the all these records to checking. Why? Because means we have to the identifying right data. We have to the identifying purpose or directly we have to take it the map also. We have the reusability purpose. That's why I'm thinking to take the map. So it's take by this set ID comma sorry map here ID comma this is the our thing. So MAIDs equals to new map or we can memory allocation do it by the here Why? Because means it is fresh memory will be allocated. Let's take to the static keyword. Why? Because means we are using to the in this method na static method. That's why. So let's write to the this one directly. So MIDs reference variable. This is a new map of ID comma this one, and this is the query. So directly ID will be mapped to the here, and this record will be the mapped to the here. Okay. So directly without for loop we have to doing directly ID will be the mapped by the ID, record will be mapped to the here. Okay. Now we have to the all the records information, right? And now we have to the record information. So let's take to the here. Um, so we need to the developer name, right? So that's purpose we have to take it by the one for loop. So we have to instead of the ID actually name developer name we have to the required. So that's why better to back to the list only. Okay, sorry, that is so list ADI list. So now here we have to the declare the memory allocation for the map. So this is the here equals to new map of string comma why because means we need to capture the industry name, that is the problem. So that's why here we have to take it to the this scenario. So string. Now here we have to take it by the for loop of the records. So let's save. So here we have to hold it by the account industry. Developer name nothing but the account industry value side banking, technology, and hospitality. So we have to map it by the in this map dot put off. So earlier that is directly mapping into the record ID, but we have to identify the from the opportunity records, right? That is the problem. That's why here we are taking to the like this. So here ADI dot developer name comma ADI record. Earlier, what we are directly writing now map that is the happen to the ID only mapped, but we need to the developer name. So that's why here we have taken by the separate map. In this, we have to map it by the developer name comma record. Now let's write a query onto the account object. Okay. Now we have to write by the account object. Now let's take to the another map for the account static map ID comma account. I will let you explain. M accounts. This is the we have the memory allocation for the here also. New map of why I am going to take by the maps only. I will explain to you that is once write the logic. So here M accounts equals to new map of ID comma account select ID comma name comma name also not a required. We are not using any. If you want, we can take it. Mainly we have the industry. So from industry also not a required. Just we have to identify the ID only. From account, which accounts we need to get it? what are the account availables into the in this right in the metadata, that accounts only we need to check it. So where industry equals to, now here we have to get it by the all the keys. That's why here I'm taking the map based on this keys. It is in this map holding by the industry, technology, banking. These records only we need to get it right. Other records no need to get it from to the database. So that's why here we have to take it to the ids dot key set. It is written to the only the all the keys. And one more also, which accounts we need to get it. Already we are holding to this account IDs now. Both is the matched only. And ID equals to ACC IDs. Both conditions satisfied. This particular account holding by the either banking or industry or technology, then only that records only we have to get it. So I'm not returning the any. That's why I'm declaring by the top level this. I'm not returning to the anything. That's why I'm declaring by the top level these two variables. So now why I'm taking the accounts also with the map, I will let you explain that is. I hope it is clear, right? Why I'm taking to the this one is the map. Developer name, we have to the record. We need to the discount amount. That's why here we have taken by this separately. This is also map. I will show you that is purpose also why we are taking to the metadata also in the maps. This is the one of the use, another use also we have. So now we have to get it by the data also right here. After that, we have to the identify. So our business, we have to identify now. So let's take to the another method. This is the, we have the account IDs. We have to get it by the data. We have the account records also, right? Now let's take to the another one more method. Public static void uh, calculate discount. So in this, we have to return to the list of the opportunities. So OPP list. So this is the calculation. After getting to the records, we have to do by the opportunity list records. So this is the here. So here we have to do the OPP list. Same OPP list we are passing to the here. But this when we want to call it, when it is call it, then we have the M accounts data only. There is no, might be chances to, there is no records written, right? Industry other than to the banking or hospitality or industry, it is not written by the any records. So that's why here we have to check it if not equals to M accounts, accounts are accounts is empty. Then only we need to call it by this method. Okay, unnecessarily we don't need to execute, right? That's why we have to take it by the account to this method. Reusability purpose, that's why here I am taking to the separate methods. Calculate by the discount. Now here we have to calculating now the discount point. Okay. So now for loop opportunity OPP list. So let's see this. We have to the again check it by the condition. So if opportunity stage is the here we have to identify the, let's check it by the condition. So if opportunity account ID not equals to null and opportunity apply discount selected and opportunity stage. Now we have to take it by in the same condition. So here negotiation or review. So here we have to this is pick list value. Okay. Negotiation or review. So these are all the conditions satisfied. We have to enter to the condition. And here these are all the conditions satisfied at opportunity level. Now we have to check it by the M accounts dot contents key opportunity dot account ID. Why we are taking the here this purpose we are taking the M accounts also the map. Why? Because this opportunity level condition is satisfied. Now this condition also satisfied nothing but the account industry we are selecting to the banking or hospitality or industry. Then only it is contents, right? Otherwise it will not be the contents. Otherwise it will not be the contents, right? That's purpose we have to identification purpose we have to take it by the map. So each opportunity coming, that opportunity value is the contents or not, right? This is the map. If it is contains nothing but the parent account, they are selecting to the either industry or hospitality or banking. Then only we can enter to this if condition. So that's why here we are taking the map easy to understanding based on the key. Now here it is contains nothing but the what happened. So we have to take it to the data. No need for the map also, just we have to take it the set also, set of the ID, set of the records also. But based on if any use, we can take it by the ID comma account. Now here we have to take it by the string. So here we have to calculating to the amount, right? Discount amount we need to calculate actually. So why we are going to take it to the industry is the we have to pick list value we need to get it right. So which is either banking or hospitality or uh, banking or hospital technology, right? So that's why we have to get it by the account industry ACC industry equals to. So now M accounts dot get off OPP account ID. Now this account ID is the return to this particular account. Now that's purpose we have taken by the map. Why? Because means in the account industry, banking or hospitality or technology, we have to select it. Each one is the different discounts, right? 20, 25, 30. So that purpose here we have to key and value pair we have taken. So now it is written to that particular account. So we have to take it by the which field industry value. So we have taken by the industry. So this is written to the industry particular account. In that account, we have to enter for the industry value. That's it, right? So let's save this accounts dot get opportunity industry. What is this showing an error? Let's see. Okay, M accounts. So already we mapped by the account ID and I account, right? Those cities we have to access by the account record. So that's why here it is returning to the industry. So let's save now OPP dot discount equals to in the metadata also we have to store it by in the map now. Now we have the developer name. Industry nothing but it is the same name, right? Banking or hospital or technology. Both are the same now. So that's why here we have to get it by the MIDs dot get off industry name. Developer name nothing but the here we are stored by the industry, right? Banking or hospital technology. Now it is also written by the metadata record. In this, we have to the discount field. This is right. In this discount, we have to storing now discount. Save. After that, finally, as for the requirement, we have to do the calculation. So here, after discount amount equals to actual amount minus, so actual amount into OPP discount. Just now we have map, right? Discount by 100. We have to calculate. So save. This is the scenario. Okay. So let's save this. Let's first to check it by the output. After that, I will explain to the one more time this whole scenario. So let's come to the here. We have to create by the one opportunity. Before that, first we have to identify the account. This is an existing account. This account stage we have sorry industry we have to check it. What are the industry? So let's take to the this account industry is the banking. Let's create to the one opportunity for this. So test opportunity 2. So amount is the we are just giving to the 10,000. Something close date we are giving to the here. So stage is the negotiation and review. Okay, negotiation and review stages we are giving. Now we are selecting to the this checkbox. After saving the record, you have to observe discount, and after discount, amount will be the updated. So let's save. So test opportunity 2 details. See here 20% discount 8,000. Okay, 8,000 will be the calculated. Now let's back to the account. Now I am going to take it to the here instead of the banking. I am taking to the different industry. Sorry, different industry. That is the now I am going to take it by the hospitality. So as per the hospitality, we have to the 30% right. See here, 30% discount. So let's back to the here. Create the another opportunity. OPP 3. So same 10,000. Something date. Negotiation review. Apply discount. See here. So test opportunity 3. See here. 30% 7,000. You have to observe now both are the different values. Both are the different values. Okay. So like this, we have to the calculating to the calculating to the value. So what happened to the here? First, we have to identify the account records and checkbox is the checked or not in the opportunity level. If it is checked, we have to checking by the negotiation or review. If it is the selected by the negotiation or review also, we are selecting by the parent record, account record IDs. Based on this account record IDs, we have taken by the separate method for this. So we are getting the account records with the same time. If might be they can select to the either banking or hospitality or technology, then only we need to write. So that's why here we have to fetch by the industry records with the developer name. We have to the developer name, nothing but that is the industry name only we are mapped, right? So these are all we have keep into the one map. Why? Because means in later we have to use it by the discount value also. That's why here we are taking to the one map. Here we are storing by the developer name and our metadata record. So now our handy is the industry names, nothing but the developer names and account IDs. Both will be the satisfied. That records only we are fetching. None necessarily don't get it by all the account records. Account industry is the with the metadata developer name and account IDs. Those two matched only. This is the written by the records. So we have to take it by the map again, ID comma account. Why? Because means we have to use it by the industry keyword. Based on that, we need to get it by the again to this metadata record. That's why ID comma account we have taken by the map. So now it is returned to the sum of the records. So might be they are selecting to the banking or hospital technology, right? So now it is not an empty means again we have to calculate by the discount. This is the separate method. Don't write the all the logic into the in single method. We have to segregate it by different methods. In future, we want an reusability purpose or any extension the logic we can easy to extend, and if get by the any errors also we can easy to handle to the, those errors. So that's why here I'm taking the separate method in this opportunity. Again, we have to check it by these all the conditions and M accounts contains only. Then only we have to execute it by this logic. Otherwise, it will not executed by this logic. Why? Because means either industry is satisfied only, right? So that's why here this is the account records. Now here we have to the mapping to the first we have to get it by the industry name. Based on that industry name, we are get it by the metadata discount. So discount is mapped to the opportunity object. Finally, we have to calculate it by the opportunity discount. So this is the Bulkify trigger. We can run the lakhs of records also. There is no issue. Okay. I hope it's clear how we are implemented. So stay tuned for the next two scenarios, how we are going to display an error message to the scenario 2 and scenario 3. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.